Okay, now let's proceed. Alright, for the first task, did you understand it? Do you want me to give example or I will give you the correct answer for number one? Well, as you wish, I will give you an example for the first task. Um, Letter of credit, what's the answer here? Okay, so letter of credit is a written promise by an importer's bank to pay the exporter's bank on a particular date or time after the goods are sent by the importer. So that is the letter of credit, letter C. Yeah? This one is letter C. Letter C. Letter of credit here. So you have 1 point already. Okay? So now let's move to the other tasks. More tasks to do. So again, we have more vocabulary work to do. Vocabulary words to answer. Well, sorry. Here we need to match again. Here, match products. So these are the bank uh, products to the different situations here. So these are the situations A to F. Now, as what I've explained to you already, yeah? Bank I mean, corporate bonds, credit line, letter of credit, bank guarantees, leasing agreement. Okay. So these are the situation. For example, I don't want to pay for goods from another country until they are shipped. Okay. I need a new machine for my factory. So you have to match this one. These are the situations. You have to match the products of the bank. I want to make sure the buyer has funds to pay me. My company needs to raise capital, not venture capital, but it's the money to start with a business. The bank promises to pay my debts to my suppliers if I can't. Okay. Last situation is I need to have different amounts of cash on hand at different times. So you want me to give the answers or the example for number one? Yeah. What's the bank draft here? What do you think is the correct situation from A to F? Well, again, the answer is letter C. I want to make sure the buyer has funds to pay me. So, bank draft. Okay. So, this is the first or second task. Next. This one is about language, grammar. Yeah. So, we're going to learn this second conditional. How do we use this? Do you know what are these? Well, we use the second conditional to talk about unreal, not true, or imagined in your mind only situations to give advice or to make recommendations. So again, we use the second conditional to talk about unreal, not true, or imagined just in your mind or just think situations to give advice or to make recommendations. How to form this? So, of course, we can form this by using the first word if, and then past simple, and then would, it's the past of will, and infinitive, the verb. So this is an example here. If, so I start with if here, I wanted. So this is the past simple. And here, to import goods to Poland. That would, here is would, here, I need to do. Yes. So this is the infinitive or the base form of the verb. Now, so uh, this is how are we going to use, and this is how are we going to form the second conditional form. Now, there's a note here. The if clause can come before or after the main clause in the sentence. When it comes at the beginning, we put a comma after it. Okay. Again, the if clause can come before or after the main clause in the sentence. Okay. But if, like this here, we need to put comma. Yeah. So here, we would have a better idea of your situation if you gave us your profit and loss accounts. That's the financial statement. So, would have a better idea of situation if you gave, so this is the past form. So this would have here. So it can be reversed. Yeah? Okay. So here is another task that you need to do. Complete these second conditional sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets. Do you want me to give example again for number one? Well, I will just give this to you as an example. If a client blank show me his balance sheet, I blank talk to him about it. What do you think is what kind of what format or what form should we use here? So first, the answer here is in the past form. If a client showed me his balance sheet, comma, I would here. I would talk talk to him about it. So here is the past simple. And here would plus the verb or infinitive talk. Don't change this one anymore. So you have 2 points already for this second task. Okay, now you have to do number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, we have reading here. Well, I will just give you a short descriptions of these headings here. First, we have credit lines, corporate loans, corporate loans, and leasing agreements. So before we read, I will just give you a bit of information about these credit lines. Although I already explained this to you, I would like to give you more information or short information about this. Credit lines are useful when a client wants to take advantage of possibility for a new business idea. Okay, that is the credit lines. for corporate loans are good for customers who need cash or money immediately. Immediately. Yeah. And prefer to have fixed or variable interest rate rates. I mean, okay, that's how important is corporate loan. Next is leasing agreements. Why is this important? Why is this helpful? Leasing agreements are helpful for expansion to a new place. Okay, so that's how important are these three products. Now, let's read. Are you ready to read? Okay, and take note some of the words here, or maybe you can just read by yourselves. Yeah, read by yourselves and try to understand what you have read and answer here. So, the next task is you're going to read the information about corporate products. Corporate products, these are all the corporate products from a bank's intranet site and match 1 to 6 to A to F to make sentences. So again, I will just give you another example, number 1. Credit lines are useful because, what's the answer? A, B, C, or D? The correct answer is letter C. Credit lines are useful when a customer needs to have cash on hand. I explained to you already. Wow. So you have another point. So you have now total of 3 points. Next. Another language or grammar. This is the second conditional with modals. So in second conditional sentences, we can use a modal verb instead of would. We often use might, could, and should. So examples are here. So take note of the examples before you do any of this. Yeah. This could be fixed for 5 years if it was necessary. So this is the modal. This is the if conditional, second conditional, and in past simple. If the customers went over the limit for a period of time, there might be penalties or fines. So this one is the modal, it's the past simple, conditional if. Another, if a customer requested a corporate loan but didn't have enough security, you should conduct a full risk assessment. All right. So again, this is the if conditional, this is the past simple form, the verb, and this is the modal. Okay. So this is how we use second conditional with modals. These are examples. So do you want me again the example for number 1? Yeah. So number 1, if you wanted to own the property, what's the answer here? The answer here, I will just give it to you, is letter E. Here. You could buy it at the end of the leasing contract. Alright? So you must do numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 and match this to make sentences. Okay, so only you have 5 tasks to do for this week because 1 unit for 2 weeks because you have too much work to do. I know it. And many of you are doing it late. Alright, so if you have any questions, you can send me a message or call me. Sometimes I could not reply, very busy. Yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching and see you all next week.